while eating the swine pods, the Bible says he came to his senses. Eating these pods, and he realized, what am I doing? Verse 17 says, and he came to himself. He came to his senses and said, my God, I'm slave to this man, and I'm eating pig's food. And he realizes his worth. He realizes his history, his background. He realizes where he comes from. He says, if I remain in here, I will perish with hunger, because no matter how much I eat of it, it doesn't satisfy me. I will perish. I will perish, but I don't want to close my eyes, perishing in the cycles of these sins in my life, in the cycles of rebellion and unfaithfulness. He says, I'm taking it, I'm eating it, but I still perish with hunger, because I'm not built for this. I'm not built for this. I will die in this struggle, but this is not my end. Bible says he came to his senses. He acknowledged where he came from. And often we forget who we are. Often we forget our worth. Often we forget our rightful place in the Father's house. And he had to come into his senses and remind himself, I don't belong here. There's more to my life than this struggle. There's more to my life than this sin. There's more to my life than this offense and hurt and pain that wouldn't go. There's more to my life than partaking of the swine pots. I don't belong in this. I don't belong in this mess. I smell like pigs. I look like pigs. I eat their food. Everything about me has changed. What has happened to me? Some of you are so bruised in your battle, in your struggle, that you have lost your true worth in Christ. You have lost your belonging. You have lost that desire, but you don't belong where you are stuck. There's more to you than the eyes meet, and God has invested great things in your life. The Bible says he came to his senses and said to himself, I don't belong in this lack. I will not die hungry. I will not die poor. I will not perish in a foreign, strange place where no one knows me, no one cares for me. I will not die unloved. That's not my worth. He came to his senses. He has called you into truth and righteousness. Bible says you belong to him and you are in his hand, and no one can pluck you out of him. That's where you belong. You don't belong in the midst of pigs with the filth all around you. You belong in his hand. That's where your positioning is. You're not your own. You belong to him who has called you and redeemed you and justified you. You belong to him. Some of you need to come back to your senses. Circumstances around you has beaten you up so bad that you have forgotten who you are. Some of you so bruised and on the ground, and you feel that this is the end of me. I don't see an escape from this where I'm stuck. But I want to tell you this: come to your senses. And I pray you will come to your senses. Because this is not the end of you. There's greater things that God has in store for you. This is not the end of you. This is not the end of you dying poor and broke, in struggle, in depression, and no peace, no love. This is not the end of you. because he took it all and he nailed it to the cross. And he says, it is finished. It is finished. It is finished. Come back to your senses. I took care of that struggle. I took care of that challenge. I took care of that addiction. I took care of that sin. I took care of that lack and poverty. Come to your senses. You don't belong in here. I paid the price. You belong to me. You can't be slave to anybody else. I have called you to be son. You can't be slave. He came to his senses.